Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. I got this background, which is very fitting, and I did not reset the client for it. Believe me, like, I actually did it. I opened it, and I got Misfortune. I was like, perfect. Because today, we're going to showcase IRELIA with Misfortune. But I got a few things to say regarding IRELIA and the blade dance mechanic, because it is a pretty controversial subject, especially, like... It's really weird considering we're only like less than a day into the expansion, but just to give you guys a bit of a background, I got into Reddit like yesterday night as we were like 5 hours into the expansion, and there were countless posts or people just asking for the blade dance mechanic to be nerfed, you know, specifically referring to the IRELIA Azir deck. As you know, there's a lot of ways to spawn multiple attacks, and it really reminded me to the overreaction people had initially to Azir Lucian, which people were saying that was absolutely broken as a deck because of the very high ceiling combo potential, right? But then it turned out to be a tier 2 deck at best that saw very little representation in tournaments in general, even though it did end up being in the winners lineup from the seasonal tournament in Europe. It was more of like a counter to the top deck more than anything. So what I'm trying to say is that while, you know, it is important to criticize the metagame, like once the metagame establishes, if there's something like that's over the top and just way better than everything else, it's oppressing other decks, then it is nice to point that out and voice your opinion on it and make sure that Riot knows that you are frustrated with that state, right? But in order to reach that point, which, you know, every meta will eventually lead to, by the way, because there's no such thing as perfect balance in a card game. Because when people say, oh, Mogwai, you complain a lot about the meta, it's like, no, I don't complain. I just point out the issues that are inevitably going to happen once things calm down and everybody starts playing the same decks and people figure out what the best deck is, truly, right? So, having this said, you can't really start complaining about an archetype 4 hours into it, you know, like I saw so many people just asking. I even posted on Twitter and several people were like replying to me, oh, it's absolutely broken, this and that. Calm down, relax. Yes, the combination of IRELIA with Azir is strong, but it's nowhere near as strong as you think it is. The thing is, you're trying to play some decks that are perhaps a little bit too slow and don't match up well against it. And it is a very fast-paced deck that can really punish you, but it is a fair deck because it is setting up these components. It's playing the landmark Emperor's Daze, which is sacrificing no turn 2 play that has an immediate impact. It's also waiting to play stuff like Inspiring Marshal, and it has to have Azir on the board as well. There's a lot of engines that need to be in play, and yeah, you have strong payoffs, and it can be really crazy how they can just keep coming at you with the attacks, but honestly, it's not like there's a billion different blade dance resources, and like I said, it feels like that could be certain issues, or certain instances it can be really strong, but it's nowhere near like the just meta-breaking deck that people are claiming it to be. Again, I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just talking about like a specific vocal. I'm not sure if it's a vocal minority at this point though, because so many people. I say this because I was actually afraid to upload an IRELIA deck because I thought maybe I would get like dislike bombed or anything because people seem to hate her from the get-go. And I just want to clarify this because what has happened? Well, I've been playing some IRELIA myself, and it turns out there's a shitload of counters, and people are playing them. So now is actually not the best time to play this deck in ranked. In normal, I don't think it's a problem, and it depends on what rank you are, right? Like I'm in Platinum, so I'm playing against all former Master ranked players, right, who know very well what they're doing. So it's a different environment for somebody who's in Silver or you know, Bronze or whatever, right? You gotta adjust to where you are. But keep that in mind, you know, people are running a lot of counters to the strategy now. You know, I'm seeing even like Zillion Nasus, you know, I'm seeing with like full set of the box and Withering Whale and just like everything. I'm also I haven't run into, but you could play Braum Vladimir as well with Scargrounds, who just love the daggers. And there's just so many ways to counter. Even my Zillion Swain deck from yesterday is a pretty good answer as well. So just keep that in mind, man. Like, this deck is nowhere near as busted as a lot of people are saying it. If you believe that that's the case, take a chill pill, relax, and, you know, wait for the meta to actually develop. Because a lot of times, very aggressive strategies seem like they are incredibly powerful at the very beginning of a meta because people try to play all sorts of fun stuff, right? And they get their fun ruined by the tryhards. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I felt like that was important. Why am I playing IRELIA Misfortune? Because I want to be edgy, I want to be hipster, and I want to play something different. I don't want to play IRELIA Azir. I think a lot of streamers have done that at this point, and the deck is all over the place, so I thought I would share another variant with you guys, which is actually focused on allegiance, because there are two different ways of building IRELIA Misfortune. I'm a fan of this one because I saw a fellow player who goes by the name of Den build a deck like this, and I thought it was really interesting to go with the allegiance and try to focus on Kinku Wayfinder, as it's a very high impact card in a deck like this because of how strong the sparring student is in this archetype. And also Dancing Droplet is really neat, especially when we have stuff like Lead and Follow and Navari Conspirator to return to our hand and draw through our deck so that we don't run out of gas. So we have an allegiance-based build in which the only Build Your Water cards that we're playing is Jack, Taskmaster, and Misfortune. But keep in mind that you can also build a non-allegiance variant and include cards such as the Crackshot Corsair, and for example, a new addition that I really like. I'm not sure if I actually have the card though. I don't think I have it. Yeah, I have to show unowned. I'm gonna craft it now actually, if I can find it. It's very important for me to point this card. What the? Where is this? Oh, it's because it's 6 mana, 6 mana, 6 mana. Because after the Plunder, yeah. The Monster Harpoon, which is really good in a deck like this. It can allow you to remove, even one-shot Azir, for example, right? So there are several versions. You don't have to go Allegiance, but I thought the Allegiance one, I thought Kinku Wayfinder is really strong. You guys are seeing that we're not playing the likes of the musicians either, because we don't want to stack up on too many 4-drops, and this deck is prioritizing, like I said, Kinku Wayfinder over Field Musicians, which is otherwise a very good addition to the deck as well. Several ways to build it, just keep that in mind, but this is the one that I'm sharing today. We're going full out on Allegiance to get our sparring students out and utilize our syncopations alongside leveled up Aurelia's ability to swap our units so that we can get some huge hits off with our sparring students, exchanging in position with either Aurelia or some of our elusive units as well. And one of the cool things about this is we get to play Misfortune, which I think is a fantastic unit or champion to go alongside Irelia. They synergize extremely well for obvious reasons. We're able to level up Misfortune easier than ever, which is amazing considering Scouts is really good at doing that. And by doing that, every time we play a Blade Dance or make a Blade Dance play, we're able to trigger leveled up Misfortune's ability and just go crazy. You know, I got some really fun games today, but then towards the second half of the recording session, I started running into the counters. I was just like, okay, let me end this video and get the fuck out of here, man, because everybody's just running an answer for this. And yeah, it's not the best time, right? When it comes to other cards to point out, well, basically that's pretty much it. Jack Taskmaster is really good with this archetype because what she does is she grants 1-cost allies everywhere +1 power, and this includes the blades. So if we play several Jack Taskmasters, then all of a sudden our blades are just as strong as if we had an Inspiring Marshal, but we had to play a 2-drop instead of a 5-drop, which is really neat. And also enhances our Dancing Droplets as well. So the key thing is, like I said, Kinku Wayfinder getting us some really strong tempo that can also empower our sparring students that are already on the board, and of course the Green Glade Duel as well, as we take more focus on an elusive version of the deck in comparison to the likes of Irelia Azir. One of the key things to point out here is that another reason why I'm playing this deck is because in the matchup against Irelia Azir, we are favored, because they have no interaction whatsoever. Like, they're focused purely on their offense, which means we can race them. And we are very good at racing them. And if we find Misfortune, it is a nightmare for them to block into us, as we are just able to outpace them and get them going before they get their crazy value up, which definitely does have a higher ceiling because there's more synergy in that deck with Aurelia. But here, with Misfortune, we're quicker and we're able to get them before they get us. So keep that in mind. Spirit's Refuge is there as a pretty good card to protect our units from certain removal, while also giving us an edge against opposing aggro decks as well. And that's basically a bit of a longer deck tech, but I had a bit of a ramble at the beginning, so hopefully you guys, yeah, there's an annotation in the description down below in case you want to skip these and you don't know. And I'm going to stop talking. Have a solid day. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Tomorrow we'll be at it with Malphite. Don't you worry. And I'll see you guys then. Have a good one. Enjoy the games. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, here we go. Reputation is our first opponent. So I really want to keep the blade dancers, but there's a lot of 2-drops here. I feel like Green Glade duo with blade dancer is neat. I want to drop the Navari Conspirator for now. Yeah, I'm gonna keep these 2 ribbon dancers. They're really good. All right. I'm gonna play the Green Glade duo.
buys me a new sail.
The best lives are beautiful.
I can take this hit, right?
Surprised to see me.
Hey, Krabby! What a shame for you!
There's Misfortune. But I do believe double River Dancer. That's like 4. That's a lot of damage. So let me see.
Showtime!
I'm gonna go double blade River Dancer here. I could play Navari Conspirator. That's 5. No, I need the blockers.
Spin it round, throw it down. Full speed ahead.
All right.
The black rose blooms once more.
Kinku Wayfinder, like if you develop something else, Kinku Wayfinder.
Chase what you want without mercy.
Okay, so that's 3. I can definitely take that hit.
Eyes open. Watch your rampage.
What a treat.
Out of the way. I'll take care of this. Loosen up.
Fortune favors the bold.
Stand behind me. They won't hurt you.
If they hurt you, I'd never forgive myself.
We're gonna play Misfortune into Irelia. We have Notify backup, so as long as we're talking about a Whirling Death and not another... Okay, we can counter that. We can Notify here.
Love ya.
Love ya. 7. We have to attack with everything.
We dance to the drums of war, and all our hearts beat as one.
Whoo! Let's go. We packing, baby.
Are you certain?
Out of my way.
Brave and dumb.
And the moment we play this Ribbon Dancer next turn, we'll kill him with Misfortune. Oh! Oh, baby!
That'll trick you. Next time.
Woo! All right.
Voices carry.
It's good that it didn't copy the overwhelm unit. Come on, baby.
Gotta find a gift for an action.
Not gonna let you do that. Ribbon dancer on my wabo. Shindado.
Shoulder set, blade sharpened. Plant that lead foot. Don't worry, I've danced this 100 times.
Love ya. Clutch. Oh.
Our home, our ancestors are safe once more.
She's very serious. Oh man, that was one hell of a first game. Oh my god, that was so good. Really clutch as well, like really clutch. Really shows the power of the Kinku Wayfinder. Like that was a really good highlight for that. Round 2. All right, let's put it to the test. Let's see who wins, Misfortune or the Azir version that everyone's talking about. We got Sparring Student here, which is a great way to lead. And then we got the Green Glade Duo as well. We have, I actually like this entire hand, honestly. Because we have the Dancing Droplet afterwards with Navari Conspirator. Which allows us to draw through our deck.
Just like we practiced. How'd you do that?
Hey, Krabby.
That's my resting.
I can just block with...
The desert by my side.
Full speed ahead. The sea beast will bear us.
My name will echo through the ages. Always forward. Yeah! Remember this day.
Oh, you'll scream.
Don't want any trouble.
I'm gonna block like this.
Our son. Glorious sacrifice.
I'm gonna use my unit as a blocker there. If I play you into you. Let me see.
The Yordle here's with me.
War is an instrument that can make or destroy its leaders.
Instruments create beauty. War ends it.
We're gonna go for a big attack now. We got double Green Glade Duo here. This deck lacks pretty much any interaction in that sense. It's purely offensive, so we're gonna really capitalize on it. And we have the Syncopation as well. They could have a Nopify. Sure. The buff from the Jack Taskmaster comes into play here. You can block with Azir, but I don't think you can block with Sparring Student, which means we already get 2 damage in. We got the Dancing Droplet, which we recalled with our Navari Conspirator, which allows us to set it up and not lose our mana. Like, this 1-drop is amazing. Oh my god, this attack. Told ya! Told ya! Even though no misfortune, but the elusive package
Our ancestors
is
are
legit.
once more.
And I guess we can do it again. We got the sparring student, misfortune into IRELIA. I mean, there's not much more that we really want out of a hand, really.
How'd you do that?
I'm gonna carry over the spell mana here.
No prey.
No pay.
Where they fall, freedom grows.
Then.
Not how I wanted to use it, but I'll take it.
Love ya.
It's important to keep misfortune. Ooh,
Shurima's legacy will endure.
come on.
We Ionians always remember those who came before us.
I know what I'm doing. I'll take care of this.
In Shurima's name.
Follow my lead!
The order is given. Shurima is sand and sky, past and present.
My kind of party.
My turn.
Spin it round, throw it down.
Mwah.
Stand behind me. They won't hurt you.
If they hurt you, I'd never forgive myself.
Let's get that Nopify out of him. 'Cause I have a feeling that's what he's doing, that he has a Nopify. Or not! Oh! Okay. Well, that's huge. That's massive. Like, that's actually massive.
And punch!
Navori, formations!
Guns blazing.
All eyes.
All eyes on me! We're going all in. Show him the power of misfortune. He could have Emperor's, he could have this, but it's just one.
Your rhythm's off.
You're dead. You need something like, you know, Homecoming. Okay, there you are.
It is fine. Faithless creature.
They've missed their beat.
We get rid of Azir, we get rid of IRELIA. We get him low. Yep.
Glorious sacrifice.
Tell me about it. We don't have enough for the Vanguard's Edge, which really sucks. But we just drew into Urban Dancer. Beautiful.
We play for the people and sing for the land.
Shoulders set, blades sharpened. Plant that lick. Remember our ancestors and fight for those who came before us.
Bum, bada, bum, 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 bada, bum, bum, bada, bum, bada, dum.
Fight for the first land.
Ha! That's 2 in a row, baby! 2 in a row!
Invaders leave
Showing dominance.
and never return.
Alright, the counter, ladies and gentlemen, the counter. It is important for us to find... I like Jack Taskmaster and I like IRELIA, even though I'm gonna mulligan away IRELIA as well. Because I do want to find Nopifies, amongst other things. It's important for us to deal with certain things, like to be able to deal with the likes of
The Emperor commands, the land obeys. Sand and blood!
we have to play around, for example, Blighted Caretaker, and we have to take Black Spear and Vile Feast into consideration. So I want to do this. So I enable the Jack Taskmaster, as we expect a Blighted Caretaker play next turn. I'm drawing too many of these dancing droplets. Yeah, this is fine. I want to hold on to this green clay duo. It could be a very powerful...
How'd you do that?
I can get you up really high, but not high enough so that I'm gonna preserve these ribbon dancers. I'm drawing too many 1-drops, but I can just focus on an elusive attack this turn.
The Yordle here's with me. Full speed ahead.
Alright, so no Black Spirit seems. Okay, so I definitely need to play at least one unit. If I play the Blade Dancer, just feed into that. Let's think about things here. There's only so much you can deal with. What's this? That's huge. That's absolutely huge. Does he have Withering Wheel? We'll see.
Hang on, Buzzball.
The problem is we're drawing too many. Like, we haven't drawn any of our big plays, so we purely rely on these green glade duos. We have to believe that he doesn't have like a Vile Feast or a Black Spear at this point, and we got to ride these as much as we can. So in order to do that, we need to lead off with you. We need to kill him this turn. We need to go for the kill. Even if he does have a Vile Feast, if we play you into you, well, it depends on what he has.
Spin it round, throw it down.
As you can see, we're going in here. What's the better play? If I play you, that's 2. He has a Black Spear. He eliminates one of these. If I play you, then I'm just getting 2 attack on this. It's always better to just play you. Just strictly better. Man, we barely miss out on lethal.
And punch!
They'll never see us coming.
Can a box? Yeah, box murders us, right? Oof. Yeah.
Hang on, Zern.
This allows us to survive.
Gonna find a gift for Renekton, right, Arda?
spare us. Oh, you'll scream.
Don't want any trouble. You call that sneaky?
Life and death inexorably interwoven.
I can learn from watching you.
I need to block like this because he has it. I can't be vulnerable to atrocity, right? It's unfortunate. Ah, he's got me. I could have, like, the thing is, you have to assume that they have atrocity. Like, otherwise, like, we lose to that. Ah, so close. So close, so close, so close, so close. I can't kill him with that. I'm just thinking, is there any way?
Showtime.
Your time is done.
2 blockers. GG. Good counter. Close though. Close. Oh shit. Deception. We got the Misfortune here. We got the Jack Taskmaster. Navari Conspirator is neat. I like Syncopation. I'm gonna drop everything except for that. I like the Kinku Wayfinder as well. Well, the good thing is I know my deck. So I know what to expect. Syncopation can be a very nice counter to Ravenous Flock. I kind of wish I had this on turn 1. Would have been able to enable the Jag Taskmaster, but at least I get my
Always rely on you to keep us safe.
my spell mana. All right, so they'll predict. No Arachnoid Sentry to worry about here.
It can be undone.
I'm gonna take the hit,
I'm one of the good guys.
but not that good. There's your boy. You just threw him, right? You predicted into him.
If we can undo what has been done,
We can, Timekeeper. Let me show you.
I think this into double Jag Taskmaster is great.
Love ya.
The strong don't want mercy. The sea beasts will bear us.
We're gonna take the hit. Again, we don't want to play into another one of those. So we do want to wait. Playing you seems fine.
May my steps in my heart be light as air.
It's a very strong attack. And we still have these two in the backup. Because now that we have a healthy unit, we can syncopate to counter a Ravenous Flock. And we can notify something like a Death's Hand. That's a big hit. That's a big hit he just took. Alright.
Present and future. All in my hands.
All in my hands. I'll change your plans.
There's always a way out.
The oasis of the dawn flows again.
Steady your heart. Find your beat.
You disrupt our peace.
Love ya.
Love ya.
Nothing really stays the same.
Oh, that's huge.
Quietly now.
No regrets, no mercy.
We going in? Again, we stuff the syncopation to counter.
It's not safe.
Blast away. I guess he's just playing that to make a body, yeah. Because if he has Ravenous Flock, yeah. Oh.
By my hand.
Will Noxus rise? What if that's a way to strike? I need to... Like, I need to preserve Misfortune at all costs.
How'd you do that?
I'm gonna play the Sparring Student because it gives me another blocker.
Breathe.
We can't have, like, a syncopation himself, right?
Falling. Everyone here? Let's go.
We're fine with this.
Such little lies.
Spin it round, throw it down.
The future isn't what it used to be. Leave or Noxus.
Walk softly, strike quickly.
Yeah, he's packing. These syncopations. GG. We got wrecked. Well, this goes to show this deck is not OP. Zillion Nasus. I'm intrigued. Alright, we're gonna keep the Dancing Droplet in this. We're gonna drop the Blossoming Blade and we're gonna keep the Kinkun Wayfinder. Because Kinkun Wayfinder is a very, very high impact card that will allow us to get our sparring partners out there. This could be go hard. I still have to curve like this anyways, because I wanna play Conspirator. What play do I have for 1 mana? Oh, he may have the scrying one. That would be a bit of a silly play though, unless he really wants to find Zillion. I suspect that's what's happening here.
is always the same. Quickly!
Again, Time Bomb really nukes us here. So, again, I mean, I haven't said that yet. English. I can do this.
Psst, act natural. I got you.
Since it will allow me to draw. And I can play the dancing droplet as well. Pretty much for free, getting the attune effect here, which allows me to capitalize on this lead and follow. And now, I want to preserve this lead and follow for... do this. Bam, and draw more. 3 damage in. And why not get this attack through?
Just a moment.
Get 1 more damage in there and progress for IRELIA's level up.
Arda's gonna make a meal of them.
Alright. I hope not to miss allegiance here.
First step's the hardest. We'll get our legs in.
I've done a lot of playtesting, ladies and gentlemen, and I've missed allegiance more than half of the times with this fucking card. It is really, really annoying. Man. Let's see. I just want to get this attack through.
The weak don't deserve mercy.
So that I can double up on my Jack Taskmaster. This is a pretty big investment that will allow me to get some really nutty value.
The sea beasts will fear us.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't know, man. Can I not miss allegiance again? Back to back? That would be nice. That's 2 boxes as well. So he's definitely running a hard counter.
Rely on you to keep us safe.
But we're Ionia. We can play around that.
Everything's better with company.
Says you.
Look what good comes of mortal greed. Whew.
That's right. Run! I'll take care of this. Protect each other. Hang on, Fuzzball.
Hey,
Again, he's already played 2 boxes, so I'm gonna assume that he doesn't have a third one. You know, especially considering how lucky I've been with this damn card, man.
Everything's better with company.
says you.
Oh, does he have double time bomb? Could be problematic. Yeah, 5, 7 damage. I mean, we could go for lethal here. But if he has another time bomb, how many times has he predicted afterwards? Because if I play Kinku Wayfinder, I can go for the kill. I gotta go for the kill.
Eyes open. Want your rances. Let's move.
Sweep the leg. Don't touch it.
Counter deck. It's just a counter deck. I can do this to draw.
Hang on, Zern.
Next time.
I don't want to play the droplet.
Quit struggling. Hunt down.
Surprised he blocked with that. This is like a hard counter. Like he's running triple the box, time bomb. Like this man is trying to hunt down all the IRELIA players. But like I said, you know, this deck is very easy to counter. Like people were freaking out. People were absolutely freaking out. 4 hours in, you have people asking for the blade dance mechanic to be nerfed, and it's just like, I just really hope people understand how ridiculous they were being, because this archetype is super counterable. I'm not like, I enjoy playing it, but I'm not the biggest fan of like, you know, 0 or 100 decks like this.
You serve the Empire. I am but your guide.
So the plan here is to
All are measured.
It will be done.
You have Vile Feast on top of this, man. You have everything. We have some plays, like we can. He does eat. Okay, I thought he had Vile Feast. I was like, oh my god, dude. Okay.
No prey, no pay.
We need to play this, even though he's gonna level up Nasus. We take this approach.
My patience.
Love ya.
Life and death in
Naturally interwoven. We hit him for 3 there. Oh, sorry, for 2. And well, we can. Okay, so next turn we have a total of 9 mana.
There's always a way out.
Everyone here? Let's go.
And we draw.
I smell would-be feed.
Hell of a day.
I mean, now. Well,
Remember our ancestors and fight for those who came before us. Every blade, every beat in its place.
it sucks that we drew the dance. We got really unlucky this game as well. Like with
If only mortals were not driven by avarice and hatred.
They will learn just as we did.
Okay, so we have a total of 5.
I know a way.
We don't syncopate though.
Return to dust.
Humble yourself. Quietly now.
We have double swap now though.
My patience.
So, oh my god, wait. Oh my god. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my fucking god. Oh! We beat the counter, boys! We beat the counter! Oh!